Well, most of you know me. My name is Walter Sanford. I appreciate you coming all this way. We're going to have a fun time in the next hour. This hour is going to be solely to get you guys to commit to, and which you're probably tired of me talking about, seller lead generation. This is the last time we're going to talk about it in all the things that we do. This is the foundation of every top real estate agent's business plan. And at the end of this, I will hope that we can all put together one new proactive seller lead generation system. So what I'd like you to think about right now is going ahead and writing down what that might be. Now, I gave you a lot of ideas at the seminar. I'm going to give you some more ideas right now. But at the end of the seminar, I'd like you to do a couple of things for me. Number one, be able to say to yourself, I am going to implement this system. Now, to do that, I'm going to give you a little checklist here very quickly of what I'd like to be involved in your decision. Number one in the decision is I'd like you to actually determine the demographic group of people who you believe have a higher incidence of wanting to list their properties. Now, we've talked about a lot of these. We've talked about for sale by owners, expireds, out-of-state owners, old people in big houses. I'll give you some more here today. People who attend open houses, even though, albeit that's a very small demographic group. So what we're going to do is pick the group of people. Second is we're going to go ahead and determine a list of values, things that we can give them that don't cost us a lot of money, but they perceive as a high value. An out-of-state owner might be, we give them free copies of their rental agreements. We give them a free 48-hour phone value analysis off of our website. We go ahead and we give them a 1-hour appointment to set up at the local 1031 tax-deferred exchange accommodator. We have 25, in the ones that we sent out, we have 25 of these things that actually go ahead and are sent to these people. Now, what happens next is that I want you to determine the group of people, and once we determine the actual value, I want to determine how we're going to contact these people. Now, I'm a big believer in multimedia, and that the hotter the group is, the more money and time you can spend on contacting these people. For instance, we talked about an expired. My goodness gracious, we're talking about an expired, possibly 2 phone calls. On the expensive ones, possibly a personal visit, a firecracker mailing tube, a crumpled letter, and maybe another phone call in 6 months after they've sat down for a while and discovered whether or not they're thinking of actually going ahead and selling. So that might be an exciting method to think about. For sale by owners might be 10 letters and 10 phone calls. Letter, phone call, letter, phone call, letter, phone call, letter, phone call. So the goal here today is I want you to decide who the demographic is. We're going to come up with it. I want you guys to come up with a list of valuable things you can provide them. I want you then to go ahead and come up with a multimedia approach, direct mail, telemarketing, personal visit, and ultimately I'd like you to actually have a reservoir on your website for them to go ahead and get more information. If you can't get a hold of an expired and you're talking to them on the phone and you're getting voicemail, gee, Mrs. Johnson, thanks for. I'd like very much to talk with you in regards to the sale of your home. In the meantime, before we talk, possibly going to waltersanford.com/expires might give you some indications of what we can do to help you. There's the 25 reasons why a home in Aurora does not sell, and how we actually can go ahead and solve those problems. There's the free 48-hour phone value analysis, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this. And obviously the things on your website are going to require them to leave some clues to who they are before they reap these free benefits from you. So let's go ahead and by the end of this hour on your notes, which is going to be one of the biggest things you guys do for the year, is determine who the demographic group you're going to be going after, what kind of value you can reach, what kind of value you can go ahead and deliver to them. Number 3, how you're going to contact them. And remember, the better the group, the more money and time we can spend on them. So expires or for sale by owners or old people in big houses, we're hitting them through multimedia. We're phones and by direct mail and by a place on the website to go send them if you can't get a hold of them anywhere else. And the last item that you're going to have to make a decision on is when you're going to be doing this. Obviously, On expires, you time block on a daily basis, every morning, with an emphasis on the end of the month, beginning of the month, and the first of the year, because that's when you have an excess of expires. On out-of-state owners, what we did is, since there were so many of them in the area, we just took that number, divided it by the number of working days in a quarter, and that's how many letters we sent off per day. We waited 7 days, and then we followed up with a phone call on each of the letters that we sent every day. So what it did is it broke it down to a very small amount of time, 10, 15 minutes every day in letter preparation, and 10, 15 minutes every day in following up with a phone call. So that's the goal. Number one, determine the group. Number two, we're going to go ahead and provide value. Number three, how are we going to contact them? And number four, when are we going to promise ourselves it's going to get done on a regular basis this year? Now, I got a big promise to you guys. I promise you that if we do that, we're going to find that you're going to have a 20 to a 40% increase in net. And then everything else starts to happen that's good. You won't believe how your self-confidence goes up at a listing presentation when you know this wasn't a lucky listing presentation, when you know you're going to get other leads in the next weeks to come. You get tougher on your commission. You walk away when there's obviously no reason the seller's ever going to put up with a lower price. You don't put up with people who are mean to you. You know, you're nice, but you beg out of working for them. Remember, you guys work for free until close. I don't want you kowtowing to people because you don't think there's going to be another listing opportunity coming up. Lots of listing opportunities spell self-confidence for you guys and makes your life so much better. So let's see if we can't go ahead and start working on that while I'm talking about some other things. I want to give you some more ideas. We've had lots of contact. A lot of you guys are interested in getting started on this stuff. Now, I'm talking to the 4 largest independent firms and the best firms in Illinois right now. You know, Ketley Real Estate Group, Traders Real Estate, and Dickerson Neiman. And you guys, I got to tell you, you have the respect of your communities, and I know that if you go out and start asking for more business from people who actually have a high demographic of actually wanting to provide that business, you're going to find that you're going to find that your business is going to allow you to pay your debt off and start getting some money toward a down payment to buy a little piece of property here this year. So that's what's exciting to me. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch over to some PowerPoint slides, you guys. You're going to see what's on my screen. And just give me a second to do that. And technology is great. All right. Well, I don't want that. Let's see. Okay. All right, here we go. And while we're waiting for that to come up, you know, what you can choose, you're going to be choosing some small, easy ideas like calling for sale by owners 6 months after they've been trying to sell by themselves. Then what's going to happen is I would like you to add another one that might fill in for that being a simple and easy one. Now, let me... let's see here. What do you think this is, Cindy?
Go start. Go start. Still trying to open. You see it?
Still trying to open, huh?
Go ahead and go to start.
I just did. Okay.
See my computer. See the orange down at the bottom?
Appreciate your eyes. I know the feel.
Okay, are you guys you all see the PowerPoint slides?
No.
No PowerPoint slides.
Share the desktop also?
Yep, I sure did.
Go back to Eden. No, you didn't. Okay.
Who am I now?